Hello, I'm Father Joe Gambala, pastor of St. Malachy Catholic Church in Sterling Heights, Archdiocese of Detroit. Welcome to Saint of the Day. Today is December the 14th, and our saint today is St. John of the Cross. John of the Cross is born in the mid-1500s in Spain. This was a time where gold and silver is flowing into Spain, largely because the conquistadors have been butchering the Indians in the New World and stealing all their gold and silver. The gold and silver is pouring into Spain, and what does the King of Spain do with it? Well, he's going to build an armada and try to take over England, and that's going to fail. And then he donates an awful lot of money for the building of churches all over Spain, and he donates a lot of money to convents and monasteries. This is a very important thing to understand in understanding the life of John the Cross, because John the Cross came from a very poor family and decided he was going to be a monk. And he joined the Carmelite Order. And the Carmelite Order took a vow of poverty like no other order did. They had just one simple robe to wear, and they would not even wear shoes. They would always walk barefoot, even in the winters. The winters are a little more mild in Spain than here they are in Michigan, but still, it's cold in the winter, and you'd want to have shoes. But the monks offered up their pain for the poor souls. So there he was. But with all this wealth pouring into the monasteries, many of these monks decided, well, there's no need for us to live such a poor life. They would hire serfs to do their work for them in the fields. And they would eat a little bit better. And they would, wear shoes and get different kinds of garments to wear. Well, this infuriated John. He said, this is not our vow. This is not how we're supposed to live. So he went about doing missions in the Carmelite monasteries, telling these monks that they should throw their shoes away and go back to living as they were living before all this money began to flow in. And sometimes the monks didn't like it. In Toledo, Spain, the monks were so angry with what John was saying, they locked him up in a cell, basically a monastic prison. He sat in the cell. I mean, they fed him and they gave him water, but he had to sit in the cell. And for 7 months, he sat in the cell and he wrote a book called The Dark Night of the Soul, a very powerful book of spirituality. And while he was there, every time they gave him linens, he would tear a little piece of it off and tear a little piece of it. So over 7 months, he was able to pile enough linen to make a rope. And just like you would see in a movie, he made enough rope out of these linens. He threw it out the window of the cell, climbed down the wall, and escaped. St. John the Cross, a true believer in his order. When the dispute between those who wanted to live the simple life and those who lived a more luxurious life finally reached the Pope decided the solution was to split the order in two. So you have the regular Carmelites who wear shoes and the descalced Carmelites, which means the unshoed monks.